Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule
Yeah, I appreciate it.
and doing 7 questions with Mike Abs. So first of all, can you please introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? My name is Kevin Bangala. I am a fully qualified personal trainer. I work for Energy Fitness in City West. This is something that I've always been passionate about: fitness and helping others in need.
And how did you get into fitness?
I got into fitness by playing sports when I was younger. I played soccer, then I transitioned to doing boxing as well. So I wasn't planning on being a coach. It's just that I went through a lot in my own personal life that I gained a lot of weight. So I decided to join a gym. Ever since then, it changed my life, and I wanted to be able to do what I did in my own life and help others.
And just to elaborate a little bit, that you said you put on weight. Was that when you stopped playing soccer?
Yeah, like I got into a relationship that wasn't healthy. I know, like everyone says that, oh, it's only a relationship, but I gave up so much, and I was 64 kilos at this time, so I was a small guy, and I shot up, and I was 87 kilos.
Yeah.
So trying to get back to old sick times, it was a struggle, but I got there over time.
And you pretty much put on the weight because of the heartbreak. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the heartbreak, I went, at the time I was like 79 kilos. Then I was just eating a lot of food, drinking alcohol. That's not me. And I put on that extra bit of weight.
There had to be a gap from where you put on the weight, you start training, and then thinking, okay, I'm going to get into personal training, obviously. But how long did it take you from your biggest to being in a position where you looked at yourself, you're like, okay, I'm in good shape now, I want to pass this on to...
So at that time, I started roughly in August. I think it was August 2017. Then I literally put myself in a calorie deficit for 8 months. I was doing a lot of 2 days, training in the morning, training in the afternoon for a good 3 months.
Yes.
Then when I see myself like dropping, losing weight, my mom, my friends were like, oh Kev, you look really well, but I still looked at myself as being overweight, and I wasn't happy with my body. So it was just a lot of hard work and dedication.
And that's what it comes down to. What's the biggest challenge about being a personal trainer?
The biggest challenge is always trying to keep every individual happy. That's the main thing I like to do with my clients in the gym. Once we're training, I always kind of like, I always want to have fun with them as well. I always put in some exercises where they can laugh and enjoy it, but still get the same results as working really, really hard. Because you don't want to be going in, doing your hour and you're not enjoying it. I'd rather have fun with my clients, with every single person, knowing that when you come back, we're going to have more fun and a good workout at the same time.
Do you sometimes feel drained trying to, say for example, if you have 7 clients that they one-on-one, you have to keep that same energy with each one of them. So how do you manage to keep that energy with giving each client, how do you give each client your all without draining yourself?
I always kind of like plan out my workouts in advance with each session. So if I know that I'm going to be really busy on this particular day, I try to give myself like about like a half an hour to 45-minute gap, so I can just run out, de-stress, get a coffee, some food into my body. Then I'll be back to good, and we can continue with the same energy throughout the rest of the sessions.
What's the most rewarding thing about being a personal trainer for you?
For me, like having my clients say that I've never been so confident and happy in my body. Like that means so much to me. Only earlier today, a past client of mine tagged me on my Instagram on his transformation over since he started training, and like just seeing it like made me so much happy. Like I wouldn't change my job for anything.
What's more important, motivation, discipline, or consistency?
Consistency. For me, if like everybody can be motivated, but if you're not turning up every day, you're not gonna see the results that you want.
In your opinion, do you think fitness and exercise helps with mental health, and how?
Yeah, for me, I think it really does, because you don't know what people are going through on their daily lives. So you have people that work in hospitals, that you see people like passing away for any reason. So going to the gym for 40 minutes kind of changes your mood, and it makes you really happy.
If somebody was watching this now and they're going through a really rough time in their life, if you had to give them a message, what message would you what would you say to them?
Don't worry too much about, like, I know life gets tough. It gets tough on everyone. I know exactly how people go through because I've been in a tough situation, like bad times. So if you just focus on yourself, take it one day at a time, alright, and believe in yourself that tomorrow's gonna be a better day, it's gonna make you so much happier.
100%. And I always say to people, tough times only temporary.
Yeah.
You have to remind yourself that if you're going through something, it's not gonna last forever. If somebody's watching this and they're thinking about getting into the fitness industry, what advice would you give them?
Go for it, because like you're not just bettering yourself, you can be a part of someone else's life and making them feel much happier.
We're coming near the end now, so I have 3 more questions. The first one is, you said when you were younger, before you got into the fitness industry, you used to play ball. From then to now, what's been your biggest regret?
Biggest regret? That's a good question. Probably not motivating myself to my highest potential in sports.
Moving on from that, so similar question. This one's, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for a wonderful family. If it wasn't for them, through my hard times, they helped me really a lot. Like, so having them see me at my worst and put me in the right direction is unbelievable.
And if you were to go back in time and speak to your 10-year-old self, obviously you've gone through the journey. If you were to go back now and speak to your 10-year-old self, what would you say to him?
If I see me at the age of 10, I was like, we stop being around negativity, because that can bring you in the wrong direction so quick. Like life can be long, but it could be very short at the same time. Like, it's long when you make all the wrong decisions. So all the wrong decisions that I made when I was younger, if I did not make those decisions, you never know what I could achieve in those years when I was younger.
And the last thing we do on this is you get to ask me one question.
Alright.
What would you like to ask?
So Mike Abs. Alright.
Yeah.
Throughout all your years, alright, what is probably the highlight of everything they did throughout your fitness industry?
For me, there's 2 things. There's one thing actually me and you have in common. It was Hell Week.
Yeah.
After I lasted there for 2 days, and when I came back, I was a broken man. Just to expand more on that, it's because when everything's stripped away from you, you're left with nothing. You make a decision: either you fold or you get up and start pushing forward. When I came back from that, I realized how strong I was as an individual and how much fear people had. Before I went in, I used to be afraid to leave my job. I used to be afraid if I do this, what's gonna happen. I overthought everything. And when I came back, I realized there's nothing to be scared of. If I leave this job and go for my dream job or what I actually want to do, the worst thing that could happen is I end up back in the job I hate anyway, you know? So that's how I look to think, and that's why I am where I am now. And the second thing would probably be just understanding that life is not that serious. I think we overthink shit.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. And I said this on the last video. It's only when you're in a room with 10 people and you all put your problems on the table, you look at other people's problem, then you realize, my shit ain't that bad. Let me grab my shit back, bounce the fuck out, and leave you with your shit. So yeah, life ain't that bad. Kev, thanks so much for taking part on 7 questions.
Oh no, I really appreciate it. Like, so as I said to you before, when I saw your post, I was like, you know what? I'm glad that I can be a part of this as well. Alright, thank you.